If you live in Richardson, Texas, you probably have had your door knocked on multiple times, not by us, but by other pest control companies. And you probably have heard all sorts of different pitches, services you need, all this other stuff from, one-time service to quarterly service to monthly service. The most common that we hear other pest control companies pitching that's different from us specifically, Preferred Pest Management, is monthly pest control. And why that is, I don't have a clue exactly, but we are going to talk about in this article that I published a while back, quarterly versus monthly pest control in Richardson, Texas, what is best for your property. We're going to discuss, why for most people monthly pest control just is not necessary. And by the way, if you want to read this full article, I'll make sure to link it down in the description box down below. And if you don't know who I am, thank you first and foremost just for tuning in and giving us the opportunity just to explain how the pest control industry works down here in Richardson, Texas. But my name is Griffin Thomas. I'm the owner and CEO of Preferred Pest Management located in Plano, Texas. We've been in the business for about 5 years now. I've been in the business for about a decade or so and grew up in the industry myself. And I just post this content just to kind of educate the community. I notice Google is posting a lot more, showing a lot more YouTube videos, Instagram videos, things like that in the Google search in AI overviews. So I figured let's publish a bunch of free content for you guys, just trying to educate you. And if you ever need any services, feel free to give us a call, but we'll just dive right in. So like I said, for most people, do you need quarterly pest control or monthly pest control? And like I said, I'm not going to read the article word for word, but in most cases, quarterly pest control is going to be okay for most people. It's going to be the more cost-effective option. For example, if you sign up with us for quarterly pest control, you're going to be looking as low as, $29 to $35 a month. In some cases, larger homes that require more chemical and time, of course, it'll be more, upwards of 50 to even $70 a month. It just depends, but most are between $30 to $50 a month on average. And that includes, of course, covering carpenter ants, rodents, all this other stuff. Now, if you were to switch to monthly pest control, sure, the price per treatment is going to be a little bit less because we don't have to worry about potentially having to come back in between services. But because we are still using way more chemical, more resources in general as a business, that is going to lead for a total yearly cost to be exponentially higher. So a home that's normally going to be, say, $100 to $120 a quarter, aka, $30 to maybe $40 a month, that home is now going to cost, $75 to $85 per month to maintain a monthly service. So as you can see, you're paying literally what, close to double, if not over double, just for us to come out every single month, when again, it's not really necessary. Now, are there instances where monthly pest control may be required? Absolutely. Like we talk about here, what are some benefits of monthly pest control? Like, when's it necessary? It's better for control of, persistent infestation. So, if you say took over a rental property, for example, say you're a tenant, you're responsible for pest control, and for some reason the previous tenant was just awful. They had German cockroaches, just a bunch of pest issues, right? It might be beneficial to do monthly pest control. Or if you live right off of a lake, then, you probably have a ton of spiders. Probably beneficial to have a monthly pest control. But for standard, just maintenance, you don't really have necessarily just a crazy amount of issues. Like, yeah, you may have an ant issue in your kitchen or something like that, but you're just kind of wanting to maintain a low population. Quarterly pest control is going to be completely fine because our products last upwards of 90 days. We only use the best products. Now, I can't speak to every other pest control company, and this might be why some companies are still pitching the monthly service, because there are chemicals out there that obviously, are like generic products that just don't really tend to work as good. They may last like 20 to 60 days, but pretty much all of our chemicals last a bare minimum 60, upwards of 90 days, which is why we also warranty our services as well, where say if for some crazy reason, say a month and a half goes by and you have a random ant issue or spider issue, whatever the case may be, pop up in your home in Richardson, then we will go ahead and schedule a free callback for you, come address the issue, and then you're good to go again until your next quarterly visit. And like I said, this post overall, I definitely suggest you guys check it out. Like, we have a lot of just information about just the most common general pests that we see in Richardson. Some basic facts, obviously, like we were talking about in terms of just the type of property, when you may want to consider monthly pest control versus quarterly, just some other FAQs, about our pest control services. And then, of course, just a little bit about myself at the end. Like I said, I'll make sure to leave this link down in the description box down below. As always, if you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to drop them in the comments. If you want to speak to myself personally, all you have to do is call us. You can call us from the website. Or you can call us directly, 214-978-3877. I'll make sure to leave that in the description box as well. You can text us, call us. Our business hours are between technically 7 a.m. and 5 p.m. We usually don't start actually working out in the field and communicating until around 7:30 to 8 a.m. But if you shoot us a text overnight, we'll see it usually the next morning, and we work Monday through Friday. So if you have any questions or want us to give you a quote on your home or come take a look at your pest issue, we're always willing. We now have over 150 reviews on Google, and hopefully, if nothing else, you learned some valuable information from this video. And if you did, do me a favor and smash the thumbs up button. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next video.